Hi, welcome back to Arranging with Judy. I'm going to take my Costco bouquets and I'm going to do another twist on a Thanksgiving centerpiece. I like multi-container centerpieces because you can stretch them out along an oblong table or you could group them together into a round table arrangement. And I think they're a lot of fun. They're a little more interesting. You can intersperse candles and candlesticks and, grapevine balls and things like that. And so what I did with this is I found some clay pots down in the basement and I thought these would make a cute centerpiece. And I had this grapevine that I just sort of twisted into kind of a crazy figure eight and figured it would work on an oblong table. And it'll give me some texture and some, interest. And then I could tuck, grapevine balls or moss balls or anything like that around it. So, think a little bit outside the box this time, all right? So I'm taking my Costco greens and I ended up with ruscus and salal. And I also cut some ivy from my garden. And I always have ivy at Thanksgiving time still. And I'm in southeast Michigan where it gets nice and cold for Thanksgiving. But I've never had a problem with it. So I think you could count on that if you have ivy out there. So I might tuck a little bit of that in because I think it'd be interesting to have it kind of working through, in between the grapevines and everything. But I'll start out with just some small pieces of greens, and I'm going to tuck them in just so that I have something kind of crisscrossing and holding up my flower stems. So I'll start out real small and tight. And some of these have to go in the taller ones are going to go in the taller vases, I think. And then this one's kind of short. And I have one more someplace. I do. All right, so I'm going to put this one in here. Maybe I'll do it this way instead. And then I have this other piece. And when I cut this, I want to cut so that I have at least a couple of stems of this. So I cut in between these leaves and then I can tuck them in that way. So I'm going to start out with this. I have this little tiny piece, it'll just fill in a little bit. And then I'm going to put a few pieces of salal in. So I'll do one that way and I'll do one over this way. And then some over here for this one, just to kind of give me some crisscross stems to be able to hold up all my flowers. These little guys need some too. All right. And I want to still be able to see, my table and my grapevine and everything, so I don't want to get too carried away with these greens. I might hold this for later. Then I'm going to, I kind of have a diamond shape here again, so I'm going to try and, this will be my focal area over here, and I'll have another focal area over here. So I'm going to put in those two placements first. And so this one is going to sit right on the edge of that, and this one is going to sit right on the edge of this, and they're both going to be looking at the person that's sitting there. Then I have 4 more. So here we go with math. If I put 1 in each of these, then I'll have, these are kind of, maybe I'll save these small kind of puny ones that just never got a chance to open, and I'll put the larger ones in here so that the people who are sitting on the ends can have something lovely to look at too. And then I'll take these two and I'll just cut them and tuck them into these middle arrangements so that you have something for everybody, and you have a little bit of depth placements here, and you have some interest with the orange. All right, so since I am working with the orange, maybe I'll put the orange spray roses in next. I'm just gonna tuck that under there, get that out of the way. All right, so I have 4 stems of spray roses, so each one can have a stem. However, you know what I could do with this one? I can cut in between here so that, let me show you, so that these have a stem and these have a stem too. And I can do that so I'll have some short ones for this little arrangement, and then I'll have some taller ones for some of these arrangements. So we need some pretty flowers up in here. And let's see. This one's kind of clumpy, but I don't think I can separate this one very well, or else it would be way too short. So this one will go over in here where it's gonna look nice and big. That's kind of a focal area. And then I'll put one over here, like that. And then I have one more, and I think it needs to go over here where, you know, actually this one kind of helps that. And so I'm thinking it has to be over here. Can you see what I'm saying? So I will put another one here. All right, and then I have these really cute little green button mums here, and I'm going to put these, establish a pattern here, okay? It looks like I have an empty spot over here, so I might start over on this side, and then I probably have an empty spot over here where I can start on this side to balance. And then if I have any little short ones, I want to put some short ones in here. This might be too long. Let me see. Nope, it's not too long. Yay. And then one on this side, which you probably can't see as well. But you know what? If I flip this, then the grapevine is going to go too. So I'm going to have to wait until the end to flip it. All right. So let's see. We'll put one over here to balance that one over there. Oh, did I even mention what I used for liners? These tall ones have solo cups. This one has a solo cup that I cut off. And then this one has a little pot liner that I cut down so that, you don't have to use, fancy vases and expensive things. You can still get a really neat designer look with, inexpensive hacks, I guess. So I'm just like filling out this green. I think I need some green over here. And I think that's the last of my mums. So I'll start with my Hypericum next. And so the Hypericum, I want to make sure I have some down here with this little focal area. This might be too tall. Cut it off a little shorter. All right, and then I have a spot over here. So I'm kind of making a great big centerpiece, but with tiny little containers. So that's the way you have to look at it. I need some green over here because I have green on that side. And then I need some green on this side to balance the green on that side and that side. And then I think I need some over, I'm thinking I need some over here. And then maybe one more. Oh, let's see. Let's step back and take a look. I really am tempted to put it right here. I think I will. All right. Then I have purple. Do I want to put the purple in first, or do I think I want to put this in first because this is going to give a lot of color. And I have 6 stems, but I think I'm going to have to put these kind of like right in the center because I only have 6 stems. So we'll start out with them in the center and we'll see what we can do with those other extra ones. And this is a color that I might have to, you know, supplement a little with some sea oats that I cut out in the yard earlier today. Now I bought these flowers last night, and I really searched through their inventory in their cooler to get the really nicest ones that I could find. And they're going to be rough by the time I'm finished with them today. So you want to really be, I think Friday nights are not a good night to get the flowers from Costco maybe. I'm not sure what the good day is yet. I'm going to find out though. I'll keep you posted on that, okay? But I mean, these, if I was having a dinner party tonight, these would be perfectly fine, you know. And the little spray roses look like they're, you know, just starting to open up. So they're going to last me a while too. So you can see I'm just putting like little bits in each to just bring that color all the way through. And I'm probably going to need another one here, aren't I? So let's tuck that in there. All right, then the purple will come next. And you know, I really do want the ivy. Maybe before I put the purple in, I'm going to tuck some ivy in because I think it'd be fun to put it in this little center one, if it'll work. And have it coming out, you know, on the grapevine here and there. I think it'd be kind of fun. So, let's see. So this one will come out over here. Well, I think it needs to come from here. Is that where I want it? I think so. All right. And then I need another one. Aha. And it might even be fun to have some coming out of my pots, the big pots. So let me see, after I get this one in, if I can put some in my pots too. All right. Oh, I have a couple on this. This one is going to go right in here. It gives it a nice, you know, texture, I think. And kind of a little bit more interest. I have a couple more. Let me see. I have one in here. And then, so see how it just kind of forms into a larger centerpiece when you do these, you know, in tiny little containers, but you do them together. So I think I will add some purple though, because I think the purple really gives it some spark. So I'll just start on the outer points, one here and one here. And some in the center. And I hope you can still see my pots. Because that's the whole point of it. I hope I haven't covered them up too much. That might be too high. All right, so maybe tuck another one over here because I think I need a little color there. All right, so do I want to add anything else? I could add more purple. Maybe, I don't know if you think so, but I think maybe I need a little down in the front. And one over here. I hope, yeah, hope I can get it in there. Because I think it'd be pretty under here. Well, maybe I'll try over here instead. That sunflower seems to want to fight with me on this. Okay. All right, so let's see, maybe, do I need a piece right here? I think. So we just made a little centerpiece, well, a large centerpiece with a whole bunch of little ones. Now, I could take these out and I could put a grapevine wreath in the center of a round table, and I could tuck these around the grapevine wreath and it would make a lovely centerpiece for a round table. This is for a long and narrow table. Probably, you know, one of those farmhouse tables that are so popular. You know what? I don't have any purple up here either. So I'm going to turn this, I think, to see, so you can see both sides, and so that I can see both sides. Am I good? I think I am. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think we did it, and we started with our main points of orange, and then bridged into the center, and then we added the orange spray roses to bring that color through, and then we did the greens, and then the solidago, and then the purple, and we just wanted this to be loose and gardeny and have all the spaces filled that needed to be filled. And I think we've got a kind of a diamond shape, just like the traditional centerpiece would be, but it has a little more interest than your traditional centerpiece would have. And I mean, you could even right in the center put a couple column candles or whatever you wanted to put in. So there you have it, an unconventional multi-container centerpiece.